Let me ask you a question. If your movie ticket says your seat is L06, what is the number of the row that you need to go to? Now, if you started counting on your fingers while rhyming your ABCs, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, and so on, then you are like most of us. Most of us who were taught how to remember the alphabets from A to Z in school, but not necessarily their number positions. And this is what this video is about. By the way, the number position of alphabet L is 12. So the row that you need to go in the movie theater is in number 12. In this video, I'll show you a set of tricks using which you can remember the number positions of all the 26 alphabets. The only effort that you will need to put is the time that you will spend watching this video. So let's get right into it. The first trick is to learn and remember a few facts about the ABC. These are very simple facts. The first fact is that there are a total number of 26 alphabets in the English language. Alphabet A is the first letter, and so its number position is 1. Alphabet Z is the last letter, and its number position is 26. Letter M is halfway in the ABC, and so its number position is 26 divided by 2, and that is 13. The last fact to remember is an interesting one and a very useful one. For alphabets E, J, O, T, Y, the number positions are what I call as easy numbers. The number position of alphabet E is 5, that of J is 10, O is 15, T is 20, and Y is 25. The mnemonic to remember this is the word EJOTY, formed by the alphabets E, J, O, T, Y. So again, the mnemonic is EJOTY. Now, with this first trick of remembering the simple facts about the ABC, you should already have the number positions of 8 alphabets in your head. So now we need to figure out how to remember the number positions of the remaining 18 alphabets. And this is where the second trick comes into the picture. Before I share with you this trick that I have developed to remember the number positions of all the alphabets, I must tell you that I have been looking myself for a way to remember the number positions, and I have come across people trying to develop 26 mnemonics to remember the 26 number positions. I just find that impractical, because first, it's a lot of work to remember the 26 mnemonics, and then when you are actually trying to use it in real life, you tend to forget those 26 mnemonics because the associations don't seem to be very strong. And that's why I decided to develop my own way of remembering the 26 number positions. I developed my own mnemonics, and this is what I would like to share with you. This is how the trick works. You basically use a table to organize the alphabets A to Z, a table with rows 1 to 10 and 3 columns with values 0, 10 and 20. You have your alphabets A to J in the first column, alphabets K to T in the second column, and alphabets U to Z in the third column. In order to know the number position of any of the alphabet in this table, you just need to remember this simple formula, and that is that the number position of an alphabet is the sum of its column value and row value. What do I mean by that? Let's take an example. Let's take alphabet P for example. P is in row with the value 6 and column with the value 10. The number position of alphabet P is therefore 10 plus 6 equals to 16. That is the number position of alphabet P. This is actually the basis of developing a set of mnemonics that can later help you to remember number positions of all the alphabets from A to Z. Here you see how the mnemonics are developed and what are actually the mnemonics. This is how it works. In order to remember the number position of an alphabet, you need to know which combination it belongs to. You need to remember all the 10 combinations and the position of those combinations. So you need to remember the combinations AKU, BLV, CMW, DNX and so on, and their positions 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. I have developed mnemonics for remembering that, and it's quite easy. Let's take a look at it. In order to remember the combination and the position, we have an adjective mnemonic and a noun mnemonic. The adjective mnemonic, the first two letters are borrowed from the position word. In case of position 1, the adjective is onerous, and then a word or noun is made out of the alphabets in the combination AKU. Now, AKU is actually a language spoken by a tribe in Africa. So this combination itself is a word, but it's not so in the case of BLV. There we have the noun Boulevard. So let's just quickly go through the set of mnemonic for each of the 10 combinations. For AKU, we have ONerous AKU, Twisted Boulevard, Thriving CoMmonWealth, Fortunate Dawn quiXote, Filmed EOunYmus, Sickening FluoPeraZine, Secretive Grotesque, Eidetic Hair, Nice Isle, Technologically Advanced Jet. It should be fairly easy to remember these mnemonics, and we will spend some more time on each of these mnemonics so that it gets fixed in your head. The question is, if you memorize these mnemonics, how will it help you to recall the number positions? Let's take an example. Let's take the letter R. The way it works is you need to think which mnemonic does this R letter belong to. It's a noun, hair, HR, and the adjective associated with it is eidetic, eidetic hair. So eidetic, I in eidetic is position 8, R is in column 2, so the number position of R is 8 plus 10, which is 18. Don't worry if not all is clear to you with the application. We will talk about it in the next slides. The first combination to remember was AKU, and its position was 1. The mnemonic for it was ONerous AKU. Now, AKU is a language spoken by the Yoruba people in southwestern Nigeria. Onerous means hard. In order to remember this mnemonic, remember this image of the Yoruba people and the sentence, "It is onerous for me to learn the AKU language." The second combination was BLV, its position was 2, and the mnemonic for it was Twisted Boulevard. You can remember this mnemonic by keeping in mind the image of the Queens Boulevard in New York, which looks slightly twisted, and the sentence is Queens Boulevard in New York looks a bit twisted. So Twisted Boulevard. The third combination was CMW. Its position was 3, and the mnemonic set was Thriving Commonwealth. Commonwealth is a set of countries that were formerly under the British Empire. Thriving is very lively and profitable. So you can remember this mnemonic by keeping the image of the map in your head and the sentence Commonwealth nations are thriving in the 21st century. The fourth combination was DNX. Its position was 4, and the mnemonic was Fortunate Don Quixote. Some of you guys might have read the Spanish novel about Don Quixote. In order to remember this mnemonic, remember the image of Don Quixote and the sentence Don Quixote challenges the lions, but he was fortunate not to be killed by them. So Fortunate Don Quixote. The fifth combination was EOY. Its position was 5. The mnemonic for it is Filmed EOunYmus. Now EOunYmus is not a common word, but this is the best word that I could find that fits the combination EOY. EOunYmus is actually a word used to describe a group of evergreen shrubs or small trees or vines. Filmed in this context means something that has been put into a film, and this is what you can see as a depiction on the right side, a filmed EOunYmus. The sentence that can help you to remember this even better is there was a filmed EOunYmus on the photographer's desk. The sixth combination was FPZ. Its position was 6, and the mnemonic was Sickening FluoPeraZine. Again, not an easy word, not a common word, but this was the best that I could find that fits the combination FPZ. You can remember this mnemonic with the image of the drug trifluoperazine on the right. Trifluoperazine is used in the treatment of schizophrenia, and it has some side effects, probably nausea. So trifluoperazine might be having some sickening side effects. Sickening trifluoperazine. The seventh mnemonic was grotesque. It was for combination GQ. Now you might notice that moving beyond position 6, the combination gets simpler because there are only 2 letters to remember, G and Q. But nevertheless, we have the mnemonic and we have the noun and we have the adjective to remember it. Secretive grotesque. Grotesque is a statue which is distinctive because of its use of humans and animals into the statue. The adjective was secretive. In order to remember this combination and its position, remember the image on the right and the sentence, I feel the grotesque statue in my university is mystical and secretive. The 8th combination was HR. The mnemonic for it is eidetic hair. Now you all know what hair is, but probably not so sure about eidetic. The dictionary definition of eidetic is lifelike, something that looks very real. In order to remember this mnemonic, keep the image in mind and the sentence, in my dream yesterday night I saw her with eidetic hair blowing towards me. The ninth combination was IS, and the mnemonic for it was nice isle. You can remember this mnemonic by keeping the image in your mind of this small beautiful island, and the sentence is, I want to spend my retirement life on a nice isle. The last combination, the 10th combination, was JT, and the mnemonic for it is technologically advanced jet. Again, keep the image of the jet in your mind, and the sentence, F-22 Raptor is a technologically advanced jet. So, how did it go? By now you should have all the 10 combinations in your mind. If not, you can simply go back to the video and watch them once again. I will also repeat these combinations for you and their mnemonics. I will repeat the combinations and their mnemonics for you one more time. So the first mnemonic was ONerous AKU, Twisted Boulevard, PLV, Thriving CoMmonWealth, CMW, Fortunate Ton quiXote, DNX. Now, I don't speak Spanish, and I don't know if that's how Ton quiXote is pronounced. Please pardon me on this one, but I hope you know what I mean. DNX, Ton quiXote 4. Then we had filmed EOunYmus, EOY, SIckening FluoPeraZine, FPZ, Secretive Grotesque, GQ, Eidetic Hair, HR, Nice Isle, IS, and finally Technologically Advanced Jet, JT. Now let's look at the application of the number positions of alphabets if you have spent time learning it, how to use it, and we can also summarize what we have learned so far. The first application, let's say your seat is in row N in the flight. What is the number of your row? I'm going to think aloud here to demonstrate to you how basically I use the two tricks that I have showed in this video to recall the number position of the alphabet. So for the alphabet N, this is what I'm thinking. M is 13 because that was halfway of the ABC, and we have M, N. N is after M, so the number position of N is 14. Here I used the facts to recall the position of the alphabet. The second application, let's say your lawyer wants to talk regarding point Q in the article. What number of point it is? Q. Q was in the word grotesque, GQ. The combination was GQ. The adjective for grotesque was secretive. It was a secretive grotesque. Secretive, SE, reminds me of 7. So Q is in row 7, and I know it's in column 2, which has the value of 10. So the number position of Q is 10 plus 7, that is 17. Now it took me some time to verbalize my thoughts, but when I'm thinking this, it happens within a fraction of a second. You can also use the mnemonics to play games when you have some free time at your hand, or when you are with your family members. Let's say you have the word tiger, or you can pick up any word and you need to come out with the number positions of the alphabets in the word tiger. Again, I will demonstrate how I'm thinking. There is no rehearsal here, so I'm just going to attempt at recalling the number positions of tiger. Okay, T, it belongs to EJOTY. T is an easy number, EJOTY, so that is 20. T is 20. I is in isle. Nice isle, it's 9. The number position of I is 9. G, grotesque, secretive grotesque, G is 7. E is EOunYmus, film the EOunYmus, E is 5. R is in the word hair, HR, eidetic hair, 8, 18. Number position of R is 18. I hope by now you have all the mnemonics in your head, and you also know how to use these mnemonics to recall the number positions of alphabets. The last application of this is that it helps to overcome the limitation of the alphabet shape and alphabet peg method. Now, if you have watched my videos on alphabet shape and alphabet peg method, you would have noticed that it's quite easy to develop a set of 26 pegs just using alphabet shape and alphabet peg method. However, the only limitation there is that you don't remember the order of those pegs. But now, with the mnemonics for number positions in your head, you have a set of pegs with the number positions. If you have not watched my earlier videos on alphabet shape and alphabet peg method, then I would encourage you to do so. Well, that's all for now. I hope you liked this video. If you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to post them in the comment section below. And for more similar videos, please subscribe to my channel, Ideas in Progress. Thank you, and see you in next video.